Well, hey guys, thanks so much for checking out this video. We're gonna turn this flower bed into a rock garden or a rock bed here right behind me. We've had a lot of problems with leaves, as you can tell. There's trees all around here. We have a lot of weeds in this. And then also every time it rains, sometimes our mulch will actually go out and get into our driveway. I don't have to blow it off every time. So we're gonna try to get rid of a lot of that and turn this right here into a rock bed. So let's get started. So before we put any of the rock or any of that type of stuff in the bed, I need to get as much of this debris out. So we're gonna go ahead and get it out and then try to clean it the best we can before we even put the rock in there. So let's jump in. I decided that blowing off the leaves was easier and faster, and it even looks cooler than me just sitting here raking leaves. So you can also take that into account when you're trying to prep this area for cleaning and getting ready for the rocks, that a blower might be a lot easier than trying to rake this entire area. So these are just some of the leaves that were actually in this flower garden right here. And now what's left is to get some of these weeds. I've already sprayed them a couple days ago, but now I'm just gonna go ahead and pull them up and then we can get the rock in. So we got most of the weeds out of this flower bed, and we're gonna dive into our next step, which is a weed barrier. We're not gonna use the mat or the sheet like I've used in other projects, but today we're gonna use Preen. It is a granular weed killer, and so it looks like this. I'll leave a link for it down in the description if you're interested at all. But we're gonna try that. Heard it works well in rock garden, so let's jump in. So this is Preen. It's a little bit different. It actually goes out as a granular and it's supposed to stop weeds for up to 6 months. So we're gonna try it out in this project and see how it goes. So now that we have the beds clean and everything prepped and ready, we're gonna go ahead and pour the rock in and see how it looks. This is definitely the hardest part, trying to get the rock and spread it where it needs to go. It definitely took the longest, even though I did have a little help. And for this project, I'm using egg rock, 1 to 4 inches in size. And as you can also see, it doesn't spread very well. So I was really trying to get it into the places that we needed it specifically. So that's actually one of the hardest parts for this entire project. Well, as you can tell, I had to get multiple loads since the area I was working with was quite large. I've heard that you should always get at least 10% more rock than you think you need because it doesn't spread extremely well. But after I was able to get all the rock out of the truck and everything onto the area, I was then took a heavy rake and was able to smooth it all out and got it to where I wanted it to be. Well, here is our end product of our rocks. I think it turned out great. I really love how it looks after we wet the rocks. It actually rained on the rocks a couple times just to go ahead and get that dust and everything off of the rocks and clean them off. I like the colors, really pops. Also, I think it is a really easy project that you could do in a weekend or an afternoon. Not something that's too very hard, and it makes it look really good and really clean. Well, hey guys, as you can see behind me, this is our finished product of our rock bed. I think it turned out incredible. I think there's a bunch of advantages for this. You're gonna have a lot less maintenance because the weeds aren't gonna be able to grow as well in here. Also, I think the colors make it pop from the road, and just when you're walking up, it just looks a lot better. Also, it's rained a couple times. As you can tell, it's kind of cleaned that sand and silt off of it, so it looks good. Also, it kept all of the dirt and everything in the flower bed. It didn't wash over into my yard or anything like that, so I highly recommend that as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you will try this DIY project as well.
And if you did enjoy this, if you could subscribe and even like the video. And if you have any comments, I'd love to see those down below. But I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.